Hey everyone, welcome to my initial impressions of Broken Arrow. We're doing this video because this channel focuses on military strategy, tactics, and doctrine and applies it to strategy games, turn-based games, and other tactical games. The first thing we're going to take a look at is the message from the team because I feel like there's some important information in here that the players need to identify or at least understand. At release, the game will feature a single-player campaign, multiplayer, cooperative scenarios. That's really cool. Deck building with more than 300 units based on real vehicles, planes, infantry, drones, and more. A keyword's missing. Skirmish. All right, so let's get our expectations in order. There may not be a skirmish mode upon release. A scenario editor will be available upon release so we can create our own missions. It's important that that scenario editor is fairly simple to use and allows for some complicated scenarios. Honestly, I hope they allow people to create some scenarios early because that would be a lot of fun. And a lot of people are going to burn through content really quickly. So if you don't have that foundation already set, then people won't really come back to the game to check out new scenarios. So some stuff needs to be there upon release. A few things, we're going to take a look at the controls and hotkeys. I think these are really cool. This V change altitude for helicopters and planes. I wonder how that works against stingers and stuff like that. These Q and H keys really stand out to me because we can move in an assault mode, which means they're going to stop when they encounter an enemy. That's really useful for a lot of vehicles. And then this ambush mode, I think, is going to be really cool. And I like this ability for your units to pop smoke and break line of sight. I use that a lot. So let's hit the back button. And then we're going to take a look at the settings, if we can bring it up. Here's all the settings we currently have. The one that I think is kind of funny is the potato setting. So I wonder how intensive it's going to be. I know it's pretty intensive right now, but if there's a potato setting, maybe some people with some lower systems can play. I play on a 3080, so that's worth noting. Volume from or music's turned all the way down. I need that. I don't want them sweet old copyright strikes. And now let's, I want to take a look at the arsenal real quick because I want to show you something. What I found really cool in here was the fact that there are paladins, like paladin artillery. So I wonder how that's going to be used. Oh, Excalibur munitions. I wonder how precision's going to work. That's really interesting that there's some different types of ammunition types. I know the airplanes have nuclear warheads, things like that. And the HIMARS has ATACMs. So, and I know the Russians are really multi-rocket launch system based. But I like little things like that. So let's dive into the mission. We're going to skip through the little cutscene. I don't really think it's something I want to watch, so sorry about that, guys. I would like these rotors to spin, in all honesty. I think it would add a lot instead of just a moving picture. I think the rotors would be interesting. And then units kind of moving forward, like moving their leg. It doesn't have to be like a full animation, but we're just going to skip. I think there's some music right here that I can't mute. Then we have our generic, what looks to be an Air Force general. He's going to brief us. We need to secure this fort. I don't know if we're playing up to this fort. I know we're going to secure this city. That's a lot of fun. But I think the first time I played it, there's actually anti-missile batteries right there. So we can't really get close. And there's anti-missile batteries over here. It just took a long time, like over an hour, and it's just T-72s we can kill. So I'd like to be able to skip this cutscene. I understand. I'm a game player, man. I like to just play the game. I know some people like the story. All right, so let's take a look. So the whole time we talk about the scenario, we're going to talk about the tactics we're going to use and my kind of first impressions. The one thing you'll make note of, I don't really like that it adjusts your your camera when you zoom in on something. That's not really cool, in my opinion. That's petty, but that's just who I am. And obviously he mentioned anti-tank, so the first thing I'm going to get is our dragon platoons going. So if we come over here, we can select what units we have. I would like them to put the anti-infantry or the anti-air in a different category. I understand they're in with infantry, but it just, I know you don't have to copy Warno, but it just makes sense to me. So we're going to drop this vehicle off, try and hide them behind these buildings, see what we can do. We're not going to move our Marines up until our anti-tanks in position. One thing you'll make note of, there's no really line of sight tool. You can see there's out of range if you click a unit, but that's going to be really, really micro intensive for a lot of players. We're going to get our LAV. This is our support online. So he's actually 1. Over here it tells us we have 1, so we can just click on that and see which units are online. And we're going to get this dragon platoon into this, so we need to double tap U, and he insta drops. And then we can kind of zoom in. Grab our dragons. They're going to go in the building. We're going to get our other infantry online. He's not quite available yet. Then we're going to skip this one up 1 forward just like that. It should let us just bounce buildings. Worth noting. See, and it auto-rotates our camera. I hope that changes. I'm going to try and get this team into that building without getting engaged too badly. As you can already see, we're engaging this T-72. He's rotating his turret, and he's no longer along for this world. Outstanding. So I think that's really cool. The next thing we're going to get online is our supply, because we want to make sure that we have supply on deck. Then we're going to begin getting these units on deck next. These are our Marines. We want them over in this general vicinity. Let's see if we can grab him. We're going to move. And we're just going to kind of create like a little front that we can use, try and combine some of our forces, create a bit of a fighting force, which is really difficult in urban terrain. But we kind of want to... They got like artillery right on us. Hopefully we don't lose this dragon team. And we're going to begin hitting them with like counter battery. So if we hit 1, we should be able to get our artillery back on deck. Alright, and so he is a bit out of line of sight. So that is how you tell how your artillery doesn't work. And we're going to bring this guy over here. Let's not cluster our units up too much. We're going to have this unit unload right here. Be careful. Some of the unit pathing is a bit wonky. So I would be really careful with how you send your units through some of these urban environments. You're going to have overall a really bad time if you like make a mistake that you don't want to make unload. All right, we're going to move our artillery up 1 position so we can collect some of our munitions. We're going to grab this Marine team right here. He's going to push as far forward as he can. We're going to grab our next Marine team. I kind of want them to break away from this vehicle a little bit because I can't like split them up unless I zoom in. So if we're like, oh, we want to be super micro-y, it's going to be difficult, and that's going to buy a lot of time or use a lot of our time. So we're going to secure these 2 buildings because as we approach this objective, we need to do a bit of a crossing, a little street crossing. We're going to try and drop some smokes. Here's the main batteries. We're just going to hit them with artillery the whole time, I think. We're also going to call in another artillery unit. I think that's good to have online. We're going to leave our 2 LAVs here for the moment. I believe those have 105mm cannons. Good for small things, but not good for the tanks that are currently roaming. And as you see, we have lots of long lines of sight. Right here, like a little three-lane pathway, and like right here. I don't really want to engage those units. I want to kind of bait the tanks a little bit and get some units on, like, in position. So we're going to move these units, and what you can notice is these units kind of just randomly move forward through the buildings. I guess that's fine. PvP, that might be a little frustrating because you're going to try and manipulate that as best you can. With this T-72 coming down here, we're hopefully going to engage it with our dragons. Let's see. I'm not quite sure if he's ever going to get within range. He's going to stop just short. That's fine. I'm not going to push that at all. But what we are going to do is we're going to create another unit, and we're just going to just harass them then. You know what, man? Hit 1, hit T. 2, I guess. T. Just like that. This guy's going to be control 1. T. I guess I accidentally reassigned it. All right, we have a T-72 down there. No real line of sight. I mean, he can engage. Let's see if he's going to. We're going to grab 2. We're going to hit G. We're going to do our first smoke. And then once our smoke's up, we're going to do this cross. See? There you go. You're going to pull back 1 building. Once that smoke's up, we're going to hit 2. G. We're going to smoke anything that they can see. We're going to execute our first building crossing. And we're just being real slow, real tactical, right? Perfect smokes in position. This unit's going to keep moving up. Everyone's just going to keep bounding forward. We need to be careful because this artillery is going to be really, really oppressive on us. I don't like that. That was a perfect line of sight. They like threaded the needle and really harassed us right there. I do feel like we should be able to engage these units. Why are you going in front? Where are you going? Just get in the building, my dude. Hit X, pop smoke. Smoke's good. Building's up. SMAs are engaging. 2, T. We're going to harass that unit. 1T. We're going to harass this building. All right. 1 tank dealt with. All right, our dragons, how many rockets do they still have? They still have a fair amount of weapon systems. So what we're going to do is we're going to push forward. No reason for these dragons to be this far back. And we're hopefully going to continue to engage these units. We're going to watch how they're pathing. We need to be really, really careful. We're going to get our LAV online. All right, and it looks like we have some units. We're going to hit 1T, a good little counter battery. We should be able to engage them. These units need to go over there. They need to cross. That artillery should make short work. We're going to continue hitting this building. I think that's an important building to hit. I would like for it to collapse. These units need to be really careful. We're going to move this LAV out to these outskirts, and this unit's going to push. Remember, our infantry are our backbone. These vehicles are really, really good for us, but we can't just be, like, wasting them. So we need to be really careful because we're moving into some long lines of sight. And this is what I was talking about. These units, the pathing can be really, really, really dangerous. We're going to move that unit forward. This unit's going to move into there, just like that. What is this? This is our artillery. Why are you so far forward? We're going to get this LAV online. We're going to pull them up. Pull this LAV up. Let's see what we can pull in. We can get, I don't think we need seed yet. Everyone's just going to stop just short. We're going to get everyone reconvened. We're always going to have our firepower with us. Right? These guys are a little too far forward. They're actually going to get out of that building, move to this building over here on this left-hand side. That artillery kind of has us sighted. We're going to hit 1T. We're going to hit this artillery range. It's way out there. We're going to try and hit that one since it's ranged. 1T. I'm going to try and provide some fire support. We still need to get a lot of units online. We're just going to get some plain old Marines playing with us. Get some more LAVs on deck. I think this is a really dangerous spot to have them. There is a T-72 roaming. I would like this unit to get into this building before that T-72 shows up. And we're going to begin advancing. All right. We're going to try and get our... Where's our other dragon team? Our other dragon team, we're going to try and get them on deck. What's this unit? These units need to unload. I'm going to push them forward. We're going to unload just short right there. Ooh, be careful. I want you to stop. I want you in cover. All right, we have a small contact right there. I don't know what this line of sight is right there. We can't really do much, so we're going to hit 2. We're going to hit G, and we're just going to smoke. We're smoking line of sight. You're pulling back. Do not go in front of the building. Where are you going? Get in the building. All right, come through the back. Or is there not back doors to this building? All right, I want to try and... I don't think it's worth... Let's see. Once that artillery hits, we're going back to base with this unit. All right, unit's going back to base. Why is this unit getting hit so hard? Unload. Unload. All right, we need to get these AVPs. They're like clustered. Just unload, dude. I know you can double hit U. I don't really like... Use just a weird button. Like, I get like the concept of double hitting it, but it's too far away. Unload, dude. All right, what are we shooting at in the middle? What are we shooting at in the middle? All right, where are these guys at? In the building, dude. In the building. There's a front door right there. You can get in that building. I believe in you. You, do you have anyone? You have someone. Unload. Move one forward. You're a dragon team. You're really critical. You are going to unload 2. And we're going to re-secure that building right there. Move forward. UX. Pop that smoke. That LAV that I forgot we moved is doing fantastic. That should easily eliminate them. All right, what's our current supply looking like? No supplies. We're going to send him back to base, and we're going to refit. Try and get our supply closer. I think that's really what we need so we can keep our Marines alive. These guys still aren't doing anything that involves hanging out in that building. Thank you. We're going to suppress that. We have a good little front forming. We need to kind of reappropriate some things. Let's see if we can get into position right there. I wish there were... What's the target? They should just be able to engage that. 2T... Is this guy still out of range? All right, we're going to try and break that last thing. We still have a T-72 just roaming the streets. We don't want you that far forward. We don't want you that far forward. We don't want you that far forward. Reverse. You silly, silly goose. What were you thinking? That was a... My dude. My dude. All right, Marines. 2G. Smoke this line of sight. All right. 1G. Smoke this line of sight. You guys building. It's time to execute some things. All right, we're too stationary right now. Everyone's under heavy artillery fire. Of course, this guy's being hit by artillery for no reason. All right, time to push. All right, 1T. I think we're moving too close. These two guys should be able to engage that guy. All right, kind of getting like tore up right here. I think we're too far forward. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. Let's see if we can get this unit right there. See if we can get him to face. This unit's kind of broken. Can you please unload this? All right, you guys, are you broken? There's 11 of you. I think you're fine. All right, B. Fall back. We need that T-72. Where's our second Dragon team? He's really shutting down. If he's not going to press us the way we want him to press us, it's going to be like a lot of problems. We have a lot of smoke going too. We have like a unit right there with that smoke obstruction. We have a unit right here. Once we get that online, what can we pull in? We can get 2 more of these. I'm a little frustrated with this constant artillery barrage. Not going to lie. It's not fun to be under a barrage like this. It's also not fun to have a T-72 patrolling the far end and we need to penetrate another column. So I think the most we can do is we can try and get these 2 up to right here. And these guys are just going to have to unload further back. This supply. That's just where he's going to have to go. And you guys just go over here. Get refit right there. This guy's going to have to unload. I'm going to see if we can get him in the building. I wish it would default to the other things that we need. All right, 2T, hit this building. 1T, hit this building. Constant artillery. All right. There's only 3 guys there. They're under heavy artillery fire. They should get suppressed fairly quickly. I have no reason to move that LAV into position. Is there even... Can you unload? Can you unload? I'm starting to think there's nothing in this. There isn't. Just go back home. You didn't bring your supplies for some reason. (2G), smoke this area once more. 1G, smoke this area. We're really getting jammed up right here. We're getting jammed. All right. We're going to try and execute this crossing once more. We're going to see how it goes. We should easily be able to eliminate whoever's in that building. All right, just like that. That's absolutely fantastic. We should easily, with that newly refit squad, be able to refit anyone. Okay, that time I called them in. All right. These guys, I want you to fall back right here. It's time for you to get online. All right, let's see where these guys are going to path. Are they going to path through this very open alleyway, or are they going to take the road? They're not going to take the road. We really need to secure this area, and we need to continue pushing on. That last bit of T-72 is really frustrating. We should be able to execute this crossing really, really easily. So grab 1G. We're just going to smoke lines of sight. 2G. Obviously, he can engage us from this direction. I want to get this Dragon team into the position right here. Let's see if we can do it. We're going to do it. All right, doesn't matter. Everyone's on the roll. On a roll. All right. All right, we should easily be able to eliminate that tank. Fantastic. We have one missile launcher over here to deal with. These guys should be able to engage that unit. So T, I don't like that. We're just gonna keep hammering that artillery. There's only 5 guys right there. You guys are gonna pop your smoke. I keep hitting X, and I don't know if it takes away. I think that's a good little suppression. This unit's gonna come unload right here. This is our rally point. I don't really see a reason to get like all of these units back here. Like to get harassed the way they're getting harassed. All right, does this refit us? Everyone's going back to base. All right, now we're house to house again. 1 T. 2 artillery. Just begin hitting everyone that exists in this world. Where's our dragon team? Just get in this house. You move forward 1 house just like that. Everyone. T-72 is taken out. Artillery is sighted. Everyone's going to begin moving forward houses. House to house, house to house. Some dense urban contact. We do have a contact over there on the right. We're going to try and bring this last AAVP up to see if we can eliminate that target. Because I know there's a battery right there. He's been popping on and off. We're going to hit that unit with some artillery. So we have 1 and 2 artillery going off over there. We're getting heavily attacked right here. Unit's currently engaging that unit right there. We could get more units online. We're getting heavily hammered by artillery, but there's just... Pull you back. Looks like we have a helo up and running, so it's finally time to get a Stinger on board. All right, we need to close this gap, so what we're going to do, 1 T, 2 T. Artillery, we want them gone. All right, we're going to peek around this corner. We're going to pull back. All right. I don't know what this assault is, but we don't really have a defensive line right there. So you can set this LAV up. Of course, it was going to do some silly-ass goose shit like that. All right, we're returning fire. Why is this? Back to base. Under really, really heavy fire. Come on, LAV. You can do it. You can do it. Take him out. Take out this with your Bushmaster. You can easily take that out. Unload. I feel like that our supply just... I am like selecting supply. And it's like not supplying me. So let's see if it works. All right, stopped whatever counter assault was going on over there. We're gonna hit 1, drop some more mortars on this. 2, drop some more mortars on it. Push forward to that last objective. What we could do is actually pop some smoke. So let's grab 2G and just try and close the gap, right? We have a really good presence right here. All right. I'm going to grab our AAA team. They're going to move into that house right there. You are going to unload your cargo right here. So, all right, let's see if we can get everyone all patched up. I don't know what's going on here. It's just like instantly vanishing once I drop cargo. So I'm getting kind of confused. We're going to pull this LAV up to this position. I don't know. We're going to send it back to base. We're going to try once more. Where's our Stinger team? Our Stinger team's moving into position. I keep trying to I'm just going to get these Marines off the battlefield. There's no reason for them to be here. All right. So first move's house. Second move, house. 2, G, smoke. Don't remember if there's anyone there. That's our dragon team, bro. Dragon team. Insta. Get right in that house. All right. All right, so we have a very large portion of people in this house. Let's do some house-to-house nonsense. Get on this major line of sight we can do. These guys are okay. Let's see what we can get. This is like such a fortified position. It's like silly. All right, we're going to try and refit them once more. We're going to move our artillery up. 2 move, 1 move.
A platoon of naval infantry has been spotted crossing the canal. Prepare for a counteroffensive.
Right, and we like know that. Can these guys unload? You guys need to get into a house. So this guy's still there. All right, he's gone now. All right, thank you for no longer being in the long for this world. All right, that's good where he's at. I feel like we're missing someone. There's our Stinger team. All right. Unload. Unload. Right there. So if we hit UU with it, it doesn't work. All right, I don't know if that's a bug. I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know what's going on with that. All right. Let's just start hitting people. We're just going to start dropping artillery. These guys are going to unload. Right there. You're going to route over here. You can engage that naval infantry. You're going to move into this building. I think they should easily be able to handle that. We do have a lot of artillery on deck. Infantry we could pull onto this battlefield would be another Stinger team. Another support. I'm always a big fan of that. So you can use some of this firepower to provide a bit of a base of fire. I don't really know how useful it's going to be. We can't really execute any crossings right here. There's like no reason. Like, why would we cross this just to be engaged by the enemy? You know what I'm talking about? Continue to push forward. I don't want to get within range of their anti-vehicle weapon systems. That's really dangerous. I am... All right, back up, back up, back up. That's what we were wondering. And, all right. All right, so what is that? That's a hind that shoots rockets out of the side of itself. Get you back here next to our supply. What's this? This is an LAV. Don't really want to lose that unit. Infantry, what do we got? We can get another Stinger on deck. See if we can get him kind of close. All right, he's going to close that gap. I don't really think it's worth engaging whatever's going on right there. There we go. Let's see what's going on with this guy. See if we can get him down. Little MI-26. Just keep dropping artillery. No reason to not be dropping artillery right now. This is a little cluster that I don't like. We're going to send these guys back to base. No reason to have them on the battlefield. All right, we're going to move. 2G. Block any lines of sight. 1G. Drop some smoke. First guy's across. Go. Second guy's across. Building first. Can't really differentiate between like our dragon team. Like once they're on top of each other. All right, our dragon team. Let's see if we can get him up there. They start stacking. You need to be able to pick them from here. Right? We need to... All right, can you? You can. So they thought of that. Outstanding. Always a big fan when someone thinks of something. All right, everyone should be going to a different building. This guy should be going to refit. I kind of want him off the battlefield. He's like war torn. He's battle hardened. He's had enough, man. Unload. Get this stinger on deck. There we go. All right, we should be able to easily engage that. 2, just drop some artillery, and they're returning the favor. 2, T. If anything, it's time to move up our main artillery. So let's do that now. 1, move 1, 2. All right. Let's keep going. We need to prepare for this water crossing that we're going to do next video, I believe. And overall, it's just a real slow, steady game. I played it really fast the first time I played it. And the AI still, I don't like the auto-rotate of it. We're just going to send you back to base. Still doesn't feel right. I'm not going to like sugarcoat it. And there should be an ability to change things. I held shift right there, so let's see if he ends up in this position up here. There's really no reason for this to be on the battlefield. So clearly I unloaded these supplies. No reason for you to be on the battlefield. And it doesn't really seem to repair the vehicles. No reason for you to be on the battlefield. We want these LAVs though, because they're going to help us cross the river. All right, continue to press. Keep going. House to house, house to house. You go to that house, you go to the next house, you get line of sight. Destroy anything that's over there. You get line of sight. And we check our artillery. Can they range that far? We'll just set 1 right there. We'll set 2 right here. Good little hit. These guys looking to get into position. We're getting rid of that BRDM. Everyone's getting ready to get on board. That guy's doing his part. You're doing your part. You're going back to base. We're going to try and get another supply on deck. I just don't know if it's working. All right. So we have air assets. We can continue this assault, but I think we're far enough in to provide like a real good first impressions at this point in time. So a lot of people talk about the sound, the gameplay. It's a really slow game in my opinion. And it's really lethal, which you'd expect from modern, right? So if we were to go engage these units over here with their vehicles, please leave my guys alone while I talk. You're just going to see that it's just really lethal. Let's see if we're able to buy. The game looks good. The graphics look good. You're going to have that typical... This is going to be control 3 for next time. So we have 3 artilleries going. There's no skirmish, or at least no skirmish yet. This unit forgot his supply. Supply's being wonky for me. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. I know that time I selected supply, like I'm selecting supply and putting it on. We're going to see if he brings it. So I know I'm just trying my best to get some supply out here. All right, so we should have like 2 supply trucks coming. So let's see what happens. So now this one has a supply truck. This one has a supply truck. Our dragon team's getting back. This unit's going to come. We're going to reload all our troops. It should be fairly easy. We're going to get... What are these guys? Our force recon? I don't know how useful they are. We could actually, if we wanted to, just load them. The unload load's really easy. The different types of units are really cool. Whether they look really cool, I'm not sure. I'm also not sure if there's like a hide UI button. And I would like the ability to get really close. Missions is a fun little scenario in the campaign. It feels a bit long to me because now we need to move to this position, and I think you could like defend this area and go further, and that might be a bit much for me to do all in one video. We're getting everyone across the river. Like right here, we're just farming everyone, making sure they're all Let's see what happens. When he unloads, what's going to happen? All right, so we have 1,000 supply right here. This unit's repairing. I just feel maybe just burn through 1,000 really, really, really. Yep. That's really fast. That's what's going on. It's just really, really, really fast. So if it's not going to repair a whole unit, I'm a bit... I don't know how useful that is. So if we think about supply, it needs to be on the battlefield a bit longer, and that's just not very good. Or very long. I don't know why it's so long, because now we need to instantly, like, all right, back to base, come back out. And you're just going to create this long logistics supply chain where you're just, that's micro, right? That's heavy micro. So it's cool that like that fills up one, like barely repairs one unit, but that's going to be heavy long-term micro, and that's something they need to be aware of. I'm not sure why it's like that. Feedback I have for the devs, obviously the supply issue right now, that's really heavy micro. The game looks good. It plays nice when you play it at the right pace. You need to play it at the right pace. The auto rotate when you zoom in is kind of obnoxious. I don't like it. Like sometimes it'll just like rotate your camera like that, and I don't think it needs to be rotated like that. I would like the ability to tell like when a unit's like in defensive mode, so like H or Q. Like if we hit F1, like Q for assault, H for ambush. I wish I could mute that guy. I don't really care about the Air Force dude. And then obviously I like to be able to skip the cutscenes, but I mean I know some people enjoy them, but I play fast. All right, that's my feedback. I'll have more later on once I finish the mission. All right, peace, guys.